This program is very, very special to me because I am, as the ribbon says, a past honoree. I'm going to take it off because it's not working with the necklace. This is very special to me, and I know how much it meant to me to receive this distinguished honor for the Chamber. I am still humbled to be listed among such an outstanding group of impressive business leaders who just happen to be women, who have had such an outstanding impact in San Antonio in so many ways. Before we meet our honorees, I want to recognize again the company that has made all of this possible, our presenting sponsor, Ford Motor Company. I'd like to invite Amy Haskell from the Ford Motor Company to come up to the stage. And while Amy is making her way up, I will call to your attention again that in 2007, Ford approached the Chamber with an idea. At the time, the Chamber chairman was Brenda Vickery Johnson, who worked with them to develop a program that recognized women business leaders in a most special way. Today, it remains a unique program in San Antonio, and we're all very excited to have this great tradition continue, a tradition of honoring business women leaders who have made significant impact on our entire community. Amy, thank you for representing Ford Motor Company, for your company's support, and for your support of this program.
Well, thank you, Priscilla. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Ford Motor Company Fund, it's a pleasure to be here. I would like to thank the Greater San Antonio Chamber of Commerce and your amazing staff for making these awards possible. I would also like to take a minute just to recognize our San Antonio area Ford and Lincoln dealers, and especially those that we have in attendance today. We have a group of talented ladies from Jordan Ford, so thank you guys for being here. Today we're celebrating a diverse group of respected women whose contributions are positively affecting the San Antonio community. Ford feels privileged to be a part of this year's reviewing committee and to work with such an intelligent and influential group of women. The selection process was a challenge, because the applications were absolutely stellar. This year, Ford is celebrating the 150th anniversary of Henry Ford's birth. We are proud to continue on his behalf in his philosophy that a business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. That is why, for more than a century, Ford has invested in communities in which we live, work, and do business, like here in San Antonio. However, we don't do this alone. It's through partnerships like with the Chamber that we're able to play a role in strengthening the communities in which we do business from the ground up. Ford created this award with the Chamber 7 years ago, and we are proud to continue that tradition. Congratulations to all of you for your leadership and helping to open the doors for the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amy. Thank you, Ford, for continuing to celebrate phenomenal women in our community in this very special way, and for making it just better and better and better. How many of you in attendance today have been at this program in previous years? So let's have an applause for knowing that it just keeps on keeping on, better and better and better. Now, 2 years ago, our program added a strong educational component. Through Ford's generosity, we today will be providing 4 $1,000 scholarships to local universities in honor of our winners today. The schools receiving those scholarships are Alamo Colleges in honor of Blakely Fernandez, St. Philip's College Culinary Arts Department in honor of Lana Duke, Trinity University in honor of Maurice McDermott, and the University of Texas Health Science Center Medical School in honor of Harriet Mormon Helmley. Thank you again, Ford, for your donation to furthering education in San Antonio. Okay, now I am excited with a cherry on top to present to you our tribute to Women Business Leaders honorees. We will begin with the honoree for the Brenda Vickery Johnson Award for Small Business Leadership, Blakely Fernandez. She will be introduced by Tim Tuggy, a partner in their law firm, Tuggy Fernandez. But right before Tim introduces her, we have prepared a short video that tells you a little bit more about why Blakely deserves this special recognition.
Blakely just does it all. I think she's an amazing person, and with respect to her professional skills, she's a brilliant lawyer. She's a great administrator and manager. She's a great mother. She extends herself out civically and charitably.
You know, I think this award is a lot about accomplishment and what you've been able to do, obviously, as a female leader. But I think really also what Blakely is able to bring to the table is her unselfishness and her razor-sharp focus when it has come to improving the lives of others.
The combination of that high intelligence and high integrity, I think she brings it into everything in her life.
To her kids, I think Blakely is an unbelievable role model for young women, for older women, and for women. I mean, Blakely's a role model to me.
I talk about Blakely to my daughters as a role model for their lives. And if they are able to achieve and accomplish the things Blakely's accomplishing now, much more to come, they'll be very successful and very happy.
The spirit that she's got, the tremendous soul that she's got, Blakely is the full package. Honest
and compassionate, brilliant. Probably, if I had to pick 3 words, those would be the 3. And those traits, along with many others, you just see over and over and over again.
Good afternoon. It's my honor and privilege to be on stage, joined on stage today by Blakely's children, Javi and Lily, who will help me introduce their mom. Also my honor and privilege to welcome Blakely's mother, Sandra Levy, who's joined us today. Thank you for coming today. You may know those rare individuals who get the big picture and get the details all in one. They're very unique individuals. Blakely is one of those folks that sees the big picture, sees the forest and the trees. And how does that translate? In 2011, Blakely and I formed a small business and government affairs law firm that embodies the strengths that define her: strategic, a trusted advisor with a collaborative focus towards results. Professionally, Blakely's clientele runs from the Valley, Hidalgo County, up to Austin, and all parts in between, with obviously a major focus here in San Antonio. Most of these client relationships have been sustained through 3 law firms. We lawyers like to move around. That's because her clients trust her as a strategic advisor and a results-oriented professional. Now, civically, these traits translate as well. Many organizations and individuals rely upon Blakely for the same reason. She's not just a trusted advisor, she's strategically driven, but a detail-oriented volunteer. For example, in 2008, Blakely was the catalyst that got San Antonio focused on the State Board of Education, which was at the time tilting at windmills about strange agendas. She got the business community here locally and regionally motivated to engage in an effort for reform, generating tremendous media attention throughout San Antonio, across Texas, and nationally. The result was that by 2010, 2 new members were elected statewide to the State Board of Education, including Dr. Michael Sotos, who's joining us here today. You may notice that there's now more thoughtful oversight at the State Board of Education, and they're not in the media nearly as much because they're minding the business of education. Locally, Blakely is involved in issues that impact education across the P16 spectrum, starting with her children, where she's been the Destination Imagination Coach for 7 years, helping a team of 7 students each year build their critical thinking and imagination skills through parent-guided, student-led problem solving. Her teams have won many competitions over the years, including special recognition for creativity. Blakely even devotes an hour a week to the Parent Patrol at Nimitz Academy, an inner-city school that depends on parents to support high academic standards. She's invested her time and energy as an elected member of the Alamo College's Board of Trustees, where her critical thinking and listening skills positioned her to help them navigate through the challenging issue of promoting student success and severe budget cuts in the process. Blakely is truly viewed by both her clients and civic partners, people that are superintendents, college presidents, teachers, many others, turn to her on key issues because she arrives at thoughts through diligent research and strategic thinking. And of course, she's been involved in virtually every education initiative that the Chamber has pursued over many years. Blakely, for me, a friend and partner, is an exceptional person in every way, a talented legal professional, a civic-minded, get-it-done community leader, a devoted mother and wife, and a reliable, respected advisor to her friends. She's simply making a significant impact in every aspect of her life and the world around her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce this year's Brenda Vickery Johnson Award for Small Business Honoree, Blakely Fernandez.
So with a partner like Tim and an amazing family, friends like Trish, it's kind of how could I go wrong? I know we've got a busy program ahead, so I don't want to take too much time, but I want to thank Priscilla and the WOW Committee. This is a beautiful event, and recognizing women business leaders is something San Antonio should be really proud of. And I look at the sea of women out here, and I know that there are countless women business owners in San Antonio who make countless contributions, and so I feel proud to be part of this community. And it's a special honor for me to get the Brenda Vickery Johnson Award. Brenda has been a great friend and a good mentor for many years, and so I will cherish this. Thank you.
Now, we will hear about someone who many of us know is behind, in front of, on either sides, inside and outside of the amazing transformation and always enlightening Witte Museum. Our first honoree for the Executive Award, Maurice McDermott. Maurice will be introduced by Peggy Walker, Chairman of the Board of the Witte Museum. While Peggy makes her way to the stage, we have another wonderful video to share with you about why Maurice is so deserving of this award.
Maurice McDermott has earned and deserves to be recognized for all that she has done and for who she is, because she could not accomplish the great things that she has done without being the solid person that she is.
She's certainly a visionary leader. She sees a global perspective, and she has a passion. She has a passion for the arts, she has passion for the city, and she has passion for what she does.
Maurice has persevered. It is not easy taking something that's lifeless and giving it life again. You get a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows, and she has persevered.
The award that she's receiving is about opportunity, and I think she's one that has demonstrated the ability to seize opportunities, to see the opportunity that's out there and go for it, and get others to come along with her to achieve it. And I think she's someone that we ought to watch and emulate that kind of enthusiasm and determination.
Well, I think Maurice should be looked up to because she has obtained her leadership position the way you're supposed to. She didn't start at the top. She actually started at the bottom. And so she's filled almost every position within not only the Witte Museum, but other museums around the country to get to where she is today. So she understands hard work. She understands how to collaborate with others.
You know, sometimes we focus on the business aspect of things, which is why she is here. But the reality is Maurice is just a really great person, inside and out.
Maurice is a go-getter. And she puts her mind to something, and she does it very directly, in a very determined way, but with grace and enthusiasm and happiness.
She is very effective. She's accomplished a lot in doing a lot, and this city should be very proud of her.
I see so many people in this audience who love Maurice, and the video was just wonderful. Everybody that spoke on it, really wonderful things. And so, good afternoon. You know, I know when I speak for all of you in this room, many of you in this room, you'd say there's just something special about the Witte. And we all know that if you grew up in San Antonio, or if you happen to raise your children here, there's no doubt that you have many wonderful memories of the Witte Museum and things that have taken place there. And we've called it the People's Museum since 1926, when it was founded. This is our city's place for learning, culture, history, science, a true treasure for every citizen of San Antonio. And when I moved here in 1988, it was the first place I went, and I've never left. And Maurice is a big part of why I just can't get away. Maurice has served as our president since 2004, and during her tenure, under her leadership, the museum has expanded tremendously, doubled its footprint. We've had a balanced budget every year since she's been president of the museum, which is just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And she's such a force in our community. She's not just at the Witte, she's all over this city, utilizing the museum to improve the lives of our citizens in so many ways. So when the city began talking about health and wellness, the Witte was already transforming the HEB Treehouse into a center about health and wellness. And as a member of the River Oversight Committee, Maurice was one of the visionaries working collaboratively with SAWS and the San Antonio River Authority to return Brackenridge Park to its natural habitat at the north end of the 13-mile linear park where its home is. Maurice has served on the founding committee of the Broadway Reach, a cultural corridor made up of 7 major institutions along the way. Not only that, she was founding chair of Luminaria in 2008 and co-chair in 2009, Luminaria, the Arts Night in San Antonio. We just had another successful event, and Maurice spent countless hours working on that, and Speaker Out congratulated for it. Also, you know, she has her eye on the greater good. So she's reaching out yet again in another way. The Witte plays a critical role in the tourism industry, and she most recently chaired the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Not only that, she's been involved in, you know, many other, including the Chamber, many other ways in our community. We're just so lucky to have Maurice. Well, the Witte is one of San Antonio's really largest cultural institutions. We average 350,000 visitors a year, and this year we expect to have 450,000. Come see Dinos if you haven't seen it. And generating $25 million in direct economic impact to our community every year. And it's going to get better because the Witte is in the middle, thanks to Maurice, of a great capital expansion. This past year, we opened the 20,000-square-foot Robert J. and Helen C. Clayburgh South Texas Heritage Center, a remarkable feat. And I walked through there probably 100 times with Maurice, and every time she's making she's making sure it's happening right. She knows how to build a museum. She's proving that to us every day. So the next thing that we're working on, the Witte Research and Collection Center, just to the south of the museum, is underway to hold our 300,000 artifacts in a very unique open storage concept, which is going to be amazing. It'll be open by the end of this year. We want you to come see it. We're also planning a spectacular new visitors entrance called the Valero Great Hall, expanded galleries, a changing exhibition and events center to the north, a center for rivers and aquifers, more classrooms, and then much more. So our impact's going to be even greater. I want to just read to you one small quote from her application, which I think says it very well. Such an impact by a nonprofit cultural institution is rare, and the Witte would not be in a position of strength without her tutelage. Maurice McDermott is a thoughtful, progressive, and passionate leader whose vision for San Antonio pushes excellence and success while maintaining the sense of community and tradition. Just a few final comments about Maurice the person. She's all about family. She dearly loves her husband, Hollis, who couldn't be with us today because he's traveling, and James, we're so glad that you could be. And she loves Julia. She loves her children. She loves her Witte family. She considers her team her family. And all of us, of course, trustees and other friends as well. Evidence the great tenure we have at the Witte Museum among our outstanding staff. Maurice has very high ethical standards, and she holds herself accountable to those standards and everyone else around her as well. As Hollis said, Maurice has a sincere and deep abiding interest in other people, a curiosity. She wants to know. She seeks to learn. And any of you that met her today for the first time know that she probably asked you what you did and where you came from and something about you, and she's just about that. She's always about others. Very special. And second, finally, in his words, and I know this to be true, Maurice is inexhaustible. She never seems to run low on energy and enthusiasm, which grows in proportion to the job at hand. The greater the weight and larger the task, the stronger she becomes. Boy, is that true. I can't keep up with her. So, when I say to you, there's something special about the Witte, what I really mean is there's something special about Maurice McDermott. She's a shining example of an outstanding leader and visionary. And it's my pleasure to introduce you to my dear friend and colleague, Maurice McDermott, winner of the Executive Award. Come forward, Maurice.
Thank you all for being here so much. And thank you, Peggy, for your introduction and for your enduring leadership at the Witte Museum. You know, some of you may not know that Peggy has been with the Witte as a trustee since 1995. And actually, sometime in the 90s, she helped run the museum. So she knows every single aspect. Can you tell? It's her passion that the Witte, not only how it works, but who the Witte serves. And it's who the Witte serves that is so important to Peggy and to me. And we love what the Witte does together. You can see that. Without a doubt, Peggy's unbridled enthusiasm that you just witnessed for the People's Museum is the key reason for recent success, particularly during her tenure as chair of the Board of Trustees. Also key to the success of the People's Museum are our wonderful, extraordinary trustees, or as they call themselves over there, the ambassadors for the Witte Museum. And as I hear throughout the community on a regular basis, Witte trustees are the most articulate, passionate, and tenacious trustees, for those of you who heard them, right? I want to particularly note former chair Sam Dawson, as you all know, the Chamber's former chair as well, and now the Witte Museum's current new Witte chair. I know Sam agrees with me that currently, a lot of them are here today, we have such an extraordinary group of leaders, some of the best people in this community, and we could not achieve the ambitious future we have embarked upon. So ambitious, we're calling it the new Witte, without these great leaders. So thank you for the Witte trustees who are here today. You're over there. Can you just at least wave so everybody can note your stand, because they're so great. And very quickly, because I know we have to get on, but supporting our trustees and supporting me by doing really the hard work, right? They do the hard work to ensure achievement is the extraordinary team of Witte professionals. Thank you especially Vice President of External Affairs, Kim Biffle, who nominated me for the award. I must note that the wonderful senior management team at the Witte has been at the Witte for an average of 9 years to show how tenacious they themselves are. And even our new senior team members are holding up, shoring up the Witte as we break down the walls and grow the campus to meet the growing needs of this community, all of you. So lastly, I just wanted to note that So for those of you who know me, I've been married to Hollis Grizzard for 33 years, and he's not here, but I'm so thrilled that my son James Grizzard, that's why he has the name Grizzard, for those of you who are wondering, is here with me today. And it's really through James' eyes that I first fell in love with the Whitty Museum in 1986 when he was 4 years old. I was writing this parent's guide to San Antonio right here, and we entered the Whitty to find out about, this place. And we could not leave it that day or the next day or a couple weeks later. Here's a picture of him. He was one of my co-authors. So I feel very fortunate indeed. I have the privilege of serving not only the Whitty, but this community. It's such a great, truly, truly great city for our citizens, for our visitors throughout the world. Thank you, Cassandra, a great leader at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you all for this award today.
I promised you outstanding women and outstanding women. We are delivering. Our second executive award goes to someone that is really behind the scenes but has had a wonderful impact, has a wonderful legacy. As well, she's kept us fed, she's kept us satiated, and she's helped foster children in our San Antonio communities. Our second award goes to Lana Duke, owner of our own Ruth Chris Steak Houses. Great. Arthur told you that Lana would not be with us today, but she will be introduced by formally introduced by a very, very special person of hers, Ursula Perry, anchor of KSAT TV. Following that introduction, Lana's son, David Duke, will accept the award on behalf of his mother. Stay tuned for the video.
I think one of the things that really touched Lana when she met our kids was she actually grew up in the foster care system in Canada. And so when she got to meet our kids, it sort of brought all of those memories back. She really opened up and she started talking to our kids about all the things that she had been through. And it's the exact same things that our kids had been through.
Lana was not born with a silver spoon in her mouth, and she had to come up the hard way. And while she's being recognized as Executive of the Year for a large business, she is more than just a good or great business leader. She's also a servant leader, so she's quite capable of wearing both hats.
She's embraced her beginnings as part of who she is, but it hasn't defined her. She's taken that, absorbed it in, and I think things like that can help us learn to be what we don't want to be, as well as learn what we do want to be and the kind of person we are.
When Lana walks into a room, the room lights up. She is a larger-than-life type of person. She's maniacally focused. She's quite gracious and a great friend. When she's around these children from Roy Moss Youth Alternative, her main goal, and that's how she motivates me and others around her, is let's make life better for these kids. I don't want them to go through what I went through. So Lana is teaching these children, look, I'm going to help you, and when you get to where you can help others, pay it forward.
I am on Lana's team. I'm Ursula Perry with KSAT 12, and I'm one of many people in this room who are on Lana's team, and I'm proud of it. If Lana were here today, she'd say, "How y'all doing, darling?" She is, as Harvey said, larger than life and maniacally focused in ways that most of us don't realize. She's so unique because instead of outgrowing a hardscrabble life that she had to endure as a foster child in Canada, she took all those lessons and all that pain and lived with the abuse, and somehow it propelled her into the place where she is today. It's as though her pain is her energy. And as a result, she's manifested a new life for herself that includes helping other children get over the pain that they may feel. I met her, when did I meet her? Maybe about 17, 18 years ago when I first came to San Antonio, and I volunteered, was asked to volunteer for a program or two regarding Roy Moss Youth Alternatives, and that grew and grew and grew, and eventually we did something that I thought was totally unique, and now I know it really is totally unique, and something that business leaders could learn from. She took, as I said, the pain of her childhood, and she figured out a way to heal it a bit by linking up with Roy Moss Youth Alternatives and hosting one of the things she hosts, I should say, a Thanksgiving dinner for a large group of the children. And I was invited to be a part of it and help MC it and help bring the kids in and usher the kids out and basically make this group of children that probably had never even been inside a restaurant in their lives sit down with a white tablecloth, like the same kind of seating that we are all enjoying today. They probably had never seen it before in their lives, and they walk in this beautiful dining room and they sit down and they have an elegant Thanksgiving dinner that's not only beautiful, but they are the guests of honor. And the food was really good, too. And we've been doing it every year ever since. And that's just one of a plethora of projects that Lana is involved in. She started doing that here in San Antonio at Ruth's Chris. Then she started doing it, I believe she does it in Canada. She's working on the same thing in New Orleans. This is a way, a huge business leader, somebody who has really cornered the market in industry, has said, hey, I can take what I do, give back, and heal. It's the full person, a complete human being. And as Harvey said as well, whenever she walks in the room, she kind of takes over the room and motivates everybody in there to do exactly what she wants. So this award means a lot to her. She is not somebody who goes by success lightly. She's not somebody who was born to it. She's achieved it, and now she's trying to become a role model for all other business leaders, not just in San Antonio, but worldwide. So it is my great pleasure to introduce her son, who is going to accept the award on her behalf. She has had a family emergency. Couldn't be here today. If she was, she'd be way more entertaining than me. But please welcome her son, David Duke.
As Ursula said, my mom is kind of inspiration to all. And not only would she get you to do what she wants you to do, she would actually make you think it's her or your idea. So, unfortunately, my mom has lost, and our family has lost, two dear people to us this year. And one happened about a week ago, so she wasn't able to make the trip, and I kind of just filled in for her. But, it's a great honor to be here. The city of San Antonio welcomed us in actually 20 years ago this year. It's our 20th anniversary, and if you know my mom at all, if you don't sell a little bit while you're on a podium, then you're not doing your job. So it's our 20th anniversary, so if y'all come by the restaurant, there's a way to give back to the charity all year long. There's a special Stag's Leap wine that if you purchase it, a portion of that goes back through the Cavaliers to the Roy Moss kids. So anyway, thank you very much. The Chamber has been a huge part of our success. And also, I noticed on the list of things that the Chamber's working on, all those direct flights. If you get one to New Orleans, that would really help me out. So, but no, thank y'all very much. And my mom was absolutely honored and privileged to receive this award. So thank you.
I want you to meet our final honoree who is receiving the Legacy Award, Harriet Mormon Helmley. Harriet, I feel like I can't even do a good MC job without prefacing Harriet Mormon Helmley with my dear friend, Harriet Mormon Helmley. We don't have enough time left in our day, certainly not in this lunch hour, to go over all of her accomplishments and all of the wonderful things that Harriet has done to better the lives of our community and its citizens. Harriet has impacted countless families in her work on nonprofit boards all over the place. She has impacted San Antonio as a community builder, and she's helped so many in her professional life, currently at Covenant Multifamily Offices. To introduce Harriet is Mr. Bill Greehey, Chairman of New Star Energy. Thank you, Bill, for your ongoing support of this event and for introducing our friend, Harriet Mormon Helmley. While Mr. Greehey makes his way to the stage, we also have a special video. Please give your attention and learn more about why Harriet is so special.
I think Harriet is being recognized for this award for all that she has done and meant to our community in giving back. There's very few nonprofits that she has not been involved in.
She just has done so much for San Antonio, for the clients that she's worked with over the years. I think it's a great honor for her to have this opportunity. She really gets inspiration from a lot of different places. She certainly gets inspiration from the causes that she believes in, and she gets a lot of inspiration from just San Antonio in general. She's from here, been here. She cares deeply about the city and the things that are going on. I know that her family has been exceedingly important to her over the years. Her faith is critically important, so that her ministers and pastors that have been in her life are inspirational to her and help keep her on the right track, as we always need.
She's a successful businesswoman. I think she's been a role model for other women to follow. And you know what's surprising is so many younger women executives will say that she mentored them and help them be successful.
She's been involved with so many community leaders over the years, and I think she's drawn something from almost every single one of those people, and really is now at a point in time where she's trying to give that back and inspire others to follow in her footsteps.
Harriet is the most thoughtful, loving person that I have ever met. She's a friend to everybody. And I think that's a quality that has made her successful. You know, Harriet has such a positive, can-do attitude. And do not tell Harriet that something cannot be done, because she'll figure out how it can be done. I would describe Harriet as fun, loving, and a best friend.
She's done a great job, been a great friend, and a great co-worker for many, many years. So just thanks so much for all you do.
Well, it's a special honor for me to introduce this year's Legacy Award winner. I can't think of anyone who is more deserving than she is, based upon her long, distinguished career, her immeasurable impact that she's had on the community and actually to all of us. I think the reason that she has been so successful is a positive can-do attitude that she does have. She's willing to give it all, whatever she's involved with. And I think all of you know she's been a role model for a generation of younger women. She serves as a mentor, a cheerleader, a best friend to most of the women in the San Antonio business community. She's not only respected as a leader by the women, but also by the business and civic business leaders. She's also passionate about helping others, especially giving at-risk youth the opportunity for a good education so that they can have a brighter future. Her name is synonymous with San Antonio Youth Literacy, which she founded in the early 80s, which improves the literacy rates here in our community. It was a great success. It's now a national model for the public school and business partnerships. What I love about Harriet is her caring spirit, and no one is more thoughtful. For example, whether it's Christmas, Valentine's, or whatever the special day is, you can always count on Harriet coming by my office with a treat, not only for me, but also for my dog. And who else but Harriet would do that? You know, I met Harriet when I was involved in the campaign to build the Alamo Dome, and she was one of the first volunteers. And she was a great volunteer. She did everything. I mean, she gave speeches supporting the dome. She debated the opposition. She did media interviews. She raised money. And I thought, wow, this woman is really special. So it's not surprising that she's now receiving the WOW Award. When we were working on the campaign, I would have never guessed that she had the medical issues that she had and the number of surgeries that she had had. I mean, she was always so positive. She's so enthusiastic about life. She's fun to be with. She's always in a great mood. But Harriet will tell you that wasn't always the way that it was. When she found out about her medical condition and after she had a number of operations, she became discouraged. And she will tell you the one person that really changed her life was Dr. Jesse DeLee, who performed all of these operations. And she will say that he really did change my life. He told her, and this is a quote, not to indulge in a pity party. Go home, fill out a paper on the left side, write all the things that you've been blessed with, write on the right side the problems that you have. And when Harriet did that, the blessings outweighed the problems. And as a result, she changed her focus to help others and help other people improve their lives. When Harriet's your friend, you can always count upon her for support. Haven for Hope's a good example. When I was raising the capital dollars to make Haven for Hope a reality, again, she was the first one to volunteer to help us to raise money. I mean, she did everything. She met with the foundations. She made calls. She even put together the proposed prospects. She was absolutely great. When Haven, and she played a key role in Haven for Hope's success. When Haven for Hope opened, she came to me and said, I have this Christmas cookie party, which I think many of you have been invited to, and it's a neat deal. It's for kids and, in my case, grandkids. Have cookies. Kids decorate the cookies. There's Santa Claus. It's been a long-standing tradition she's always had at her house. And she talked to me about moving it to Haven for Hope. And I really tried to talk her out of it. I thought that a lot of people would not come to Haven for Hope. But she really cared about the people at Haven for Hope. And she wanted to do something for the kids that were at Haven for Hope. And she also wanted her friends to learn more about the homeless people that we were helping. And it was interesting that the first party that we had, Harriet and I were sitting at a table, and across from us we were talking to two women that were homeless at Haven for Hope. And next to us at a table, all of these kids were playing together, making the cookies and decorating them. And some were the kids' guests of Harriet, and others were homeless kids that live at Haven for Hope. And this lady came up, and she said to Harriet, she said, Harriet, where are all these homeless people? I haven't seen anybody that's homeless. And Harriet said, well, there's two sitting across from us, and all these kids, you could not tell who was homeless and who was not. And so the guests made the comment, they said, we had a wrong impression of the homeless. These are normal people. They've just experienced some bad breaks. So Harriet was right in moving the party. She did accomplish what she wanted to accomplish. And what's interesting, last year was, I think, our third year, and the event is as popular as it ever was before. Well, we all know that Harriet's a special woman. She's blessed all of our lives. She's created a lasting legacy, has improved our community in so many ways, and improved the lives of so many. So we're proud to ask our best friend, Harriet, to come up and receive this year's Legacy Award.
Oh, wow. That's a tough act to follow. One of the things that I think is really special about this award is it does give you an opportunity to say thank you to all of the people that have helped you to get here. None of us do it alone. I think all of the honorees would tell you that we've had countless number of people that we have either mentored us or been role models to us in the past. And so we have to say thank you to all of those people, and then to the younger people that are coming up behind us. It is our responsibility to make sure that they have good role models in us. And just, I wanted to thank some special people, besides Blakely and Maurice and Lana. I'm honored to be here, believe me. When they called and told me, when Richard Pettis called and told me, or was calling me to try to tell me, I thought, oh, he's upset because I hadn't paid my chamber dues. I never dreamed in a million years that he was calling to tell me I had won this award. So, anyway, but thank you, Ford Motor Company. You're a wonderful company and a wonderful example of what it means to be a corporate giant, but also a giant that gives back. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say Priscilla, my sister. We are sisters. We just have different mothers. Thank you to you, and certainly thank you to the committee. My family's here, my husband, Austin, and my mom and dad, Rosemary and Harvey. If they wave their hand, there they are. Okay. I cannot get off this podium if I don't thank my family, because they're the ones that never get to see me. And that probably is true for my Covenant family, John Eady, and all of my colleagues that are here today. They're such great support for me, and I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have them. And real honestly, Bill, we wouldn't have the cookie party there if it weren't for John, because actually it was his idea. I like to take credit, but it was his idea. So, and we're delighted to keep having it at Haven for Hope, and we'll pick a date for this year's cookie party, and you're all invited. Come on down to Haven for Hope. I would also, my great friends, of course, Bill, thank you so much, and Mary Rose. I couldn't do anything without the two of you, and that is absolutely the truth, and all of your colleagues know that. So. Anyway, and Dr. Jesse DeLee, you talked about Jesse. He's sorry he couldn't be here today. His wife hurt her back real bad. But he really was a tremendous impact, and you just don't know the impact that you're going to have on people. But one of the things that Jesse taught me that I think is really important is you've got to take your challenges, and when you have a challenge, you've got to look at it as an opportunity and not as something that's going to hold you back, because you're the only person that can hold yourself back. And so I think that's really important. If I had a message at all, it's take whatever's put in front of you as an obstacle and just turn it into an opportunity, because you can do it. Everybody can do it. It's all up here, and it's here. And so I also, I made a few notes, because I did, like I said, you don't do this alone. And so I really wanted to thank a few more people, if y'all will bear with me. So here's it's just a few. I couldn't quite get all of them on there, but so, and I think that's true. And I would also like to thank the Chamber. The Chamber is amazing, and I remember 30 years ago when I moved back from Houston to San Antonio, I got involved in the Chamber, and that was the very first thing that I did. And some people kind of laugh at me, and they say, you can't be really serious. Seriously, every person that I know
either was a direct relationship from the chamber. They were like Rosemary Kowalski, Lila Cockrell, Barbara Banker, people like that I met that have been wonderful role models to me and just icons in this city. But everybody I know that's in my Rolodex now is somebody that either a direct contact from the chamber or somebody I met through the chamber. And so it's not easy. It is hard work. We all know that. But you've got to work on that, on building those relationships and building the networking, and the chamber is just a marvelous place to do it. And I think also the most important thing that I will say up here is I also give my God a tremendous amount of credit. But thank you. I am so honored.
My lid up there. Okay. Wow. I really couldn't resist saying it again after being here on the stage with these great, great honorees. Congratulations, Blakely, Maurice, Lana, and Harriet. You are an inspiration and truly, truly deserving of the loud applause you have heard here today. This is a lunch hour, so I won't take advantage of that. I will quickly thank all of you for being here and making this special occasion a part of your day. Your being here makes it all the more special to our honorees. Special, special thanks to the family members who have come out to be with their special honorees today. Thanks to all of our guests for joining us for this true tribute to great women business leaders. I want to say another thank you for Ford Motor Company for your scholarship, for your stewardship, for continuing a great idea, and for making the good times just get better all the time. Finally, I am pleased to announce that, ladies and gentlemen, the lunch hour is adjourned. Thank you so much.